All right, boys and girls, I want to show you this little ProMark. Maybe this will help somebody out there with this thing. I got it. I got it fixed, which I don't think I fixed it. I just think I'm fucking retarded and just didn't do something because I went and got one of them solder pens, removed the battery. I put in I think this is what was that in there, a 320 or something like that. 3.7, 320. And then I soldered in a 3.7, 650. Right off the board, the same spot. I didn't even have to add solder. I just heated it up, removed the wire, put the new wire back on there, and laid the solder pen on there, and it just took that little bit of solder that was on there and held the wire on there. So I put that on there, and it did the same thing. And I have actually charged that battery before I soldered it on there. So I know the battery was fully charged. And I turned on the quad, and it still showed that the battery was dead. So I put the other battery back on. I soldered the other battery back on, in case I had to send it to ProMark or whatever. But then I started farting around with this thing, and I think this is where I think a lot of people are making a mistake. And probably me included. Okay? I'm probably in the same boat as some other people are having. When you turn this quadcopter on and you turn on the controller, don't worry about the app. Okay, because what happens is if you forget to bind you turn on the quadcopter like I'm going to do right now. Okay, so it's going to go through its little, flashing and all that crapola. Then you turn on the controller and that battery, and that'll start doing that little dance there, and this thing will start flashing. If you forget to bind this right away, then by the time you get the app hooked up and the Wi-Fi turned on and the app hooked up, it won't sync back to the controller. It'll show you a dead state on the controller. And I'm going to show you that right now. Now, I turned this on and I turned this on. Now I'm going to turn on the app. I'm going to put the Wi-Fi on. Okay. So the Wi-Fi is on. I'm going to go to the ProMark GPS app. Then I'm going to hit the controls. And you'll see, because I'm going to come over there and put it on the camera for you. You're going to see that it shows that the battery's dead in the controller. Okay? And it says remote control. Let me see if I can get it on here for you. Remote control low voltage. And it shows a picture up there that the battery's dead. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to shut this back off. Shut the app back off. And I'm going to show you what to do so you won't get that issue. I'm going to shut the controller off. Shut the quadcopter back off. Now this is just just one of them things you just don't think about when you're doing something like this. You miss a step, the thing's not working, then you think, oh shit, the thing's defective or whatever, but it's not. It actually works. There was never nothing wrong with it. As far as I know. I thought there was. And a lot of people have messaged me about this. So I'm not saying that every one of them is going to be this problem, but I'm sure it's a lot of it is this problem. Okay? What you need to do right off the bat, as soon as you turn the quadcopter on, you turn it on, let the lights flash a couple times, turn on the transmitter, bind it up immediately, okay? And then do the level calibration, which is the both sticks up and out like that. They're like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Do that right away. So all the lights flash, then the camera reorients itself, relevels itself. Okay, now you got that out of the way. Then you turn on the Wi-Fi in the app. Do this first. Don't turn on the quadcopter and go hook the Wi-Fi up. Do this part in this order first. Turn on the quadcopter, turn on the controller, bind the controller, and do the level calibration. If you do that first, then you go to the settings, put the Wi-Fi on, Wi-Fi's on, go over to the app, hit the controls, and you'll see right here that the thing for the controller is all green. The controller is fully charged. So I think that's, and then it just says waiting for GPS signal. Now, this thing, I've tried a few times to get it to launch and stuff in the house. I've never been able to get this thing to start without any GPS lock. Manually, I've never been able to figure out how to override it so you could just fly it without the GPS. You know, the motors won't arm or anything like that without the GPS lock. Okay, so, and then once you get it to this point, if you're outside, once you get to this point here, then you can go do the compass calibration, which is the sticks up and in instead of up and out. If they're up and in, you do that then, and then it'll prompt you on the screen what to do. And it's a real simple one where you just pick up the drone, spin around, and then one time. You only got to do it one time, kind of like the DJI stuff. It's real easy, you know. And then you do the old turn it this way and spin it around. One time. You only have to do it once. So that's all that is. So there's actually nothing wrong with the controller. More than likely, there never was anything wrong with the controller because I saw the original battery back in there. Okay, so it was just my freaking stupidity when I went out there to fly it that I turned the quadcopter on, turned the controller on, didn't bind it. And then once you go through this whole sequence of not binding it and turning the app on and configuring the app and doing all, then it won't bind. It kind of like locks it out after a while, you know. So even after I did all of that and then went and, you know, was messing around with the controller, moving the stick, then the bind's gone. It's not going to bind. You would have to go through this the process again. So turn on the quadcopter, turn on the controller, bind the controller, and do the level calibration. Do that right off the bat, and you're home free. Then everything will be okay. But if you want to be a retardo like me, cause yourself all this grief. But I have had quite a few messages on this that people are having this issue, wanting to know if I figured anything out. That's why I'm making this little video here, because like I said, maybe not all of those people that this is the problem, but I guarantee you some of them, it's just they're forgetting to do this bind and level calibration thing right away. So do that right away and a lot of people will be okay with it. So it's fine now. But if anybody knows how to override this thing where I could just fly it in the house without the GPS, let me know, because I've never been able to arm the motors in the house. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your ProMark now that you can get it back in the air.